Is this the best value for money 2-pack of 2025? The Marvel Legends Inhumans Medusa and Gorgon, a solid $63 worthy addition to your collection? Not an A-list characters, but did Hasbro give these Inhumans the A-list treatment? Let's find out. This pairing makes sense because Medusa, Quelin, and Gorgon are first cousins in the comic books. Medusa first appeared in Fantastic Four number 36 as Madame Medusa, part of the original Frightful Four. At that time, she lost her memory and was manipulated into being a villain. It wasn't until Fantastic Four number 44 that her cousin, Gorgon, led a search party to retrieve her, and anyone who stood in his way, including the Fantastic Four, felt the devastating seismic shockwaves from his massive hoof stomps. Now, let's take a closer look at the queen herself, Medusa. She comes with two base plates, and this is a genuinely smart design choice by Hasbro. Her gigantic flowing hair is a big sculpted piece of plastic, surprisingly articulated for dynamic posing. If you want a windswept look, you can swivel the lower hairpiece in any direction that you want, left or right. Even though the solid red hair is heavy, it surprisingly does not stop her from standing still. Just note, because of the heavy hair, the figure tends to look slightly upward, so keep that in mind when posing. With the base plate removed, you can see the interior head sculpt. Its mounting hole is perfectly shaped for the face peg. It's not a tight fit, which makes swapping the plates quick and easy. The seam is cleverly hidden along the mask line and around the neck, so it's practically invisible. Both faceplates have excellent comic-accurate inkjet printed green eyes. One is calm and the other one has an angry snarl. Both have rich red lips, while the snarling face adds clenched teeth and a slight red blush on the cheeks. The curves of her body is noticeable because it is a straight repaint and reuse of the Jean Grey Phoenix body mold, the same buck used for the figures like X-Factor Jean Grey. If you check the torso, you can see the identical folded costume creases, same shape and same size. Articulation-wise, she features a butterfly joint, and you will notice her shoulders are painted flesh tone over an underlying purple plastic of the torso. Her arms are flesh-colored plastic though, with double jointed pinless elbows. Moving on to the lower torso, her signature M belt is only painted on. It's not a separate sculpted plastic piece. Her long gloves, on the other hand, start high on the forearm and are separate removable pieces. It is not permanently glued on because this is a reuse of the Phoenix buck. If you turn your eyes towards her back, look a little bit higher, the figure does not include that specific backless design in the comic books during the 70s. For the legs, you may notice a visible gap between the upper thigh and crotch. You can see the peg itself. However, this is one of the best Marvel Legends legs because it features double-jointed pinless knees which provide excellent range of motion. Finally, the black trim at the top of her boots is a separate plastic piece added for deco. It's not new sculpted boots, it's not glued on. For accessories, Medusa includes 4 hands, a pair of closed-fist hands in purple plastic which can hinge forward and back. This is the exact same hands from the Phoenix figure. Same is true for the pair of open expressive hands. Interestingly, just like the Phoenix, this open hands has sculpted fingernails even though she's meant to be wearing long gloves. In the comments below, let me know, do you prefer the classic 70s swimsuit Medusa costume or the more modern and iconic fully covered purple look? If you found this review useful, hope you give it a hype, give it a like, subscribe to my channel, and share this with your friends. For places where the figures in this review might still be available, I left some links in the description below. I'm Tigerknight! Now, let's talk about the other big reason to pick up this 2-pack, Gorgon, and he is literally big. Here is a quick scale check with some common Marvel Legends male bodies. From the shortest, the X-Men 97 Wolverine, all the way up to the towering Gamerverse Venom. Gorgon is right up there. He looks like he could go toe-to-toe with Gamerverse Venom, maybe even slow down a bit the unstoppable Juggernaut. He also scales surprisingly well with the taller 7-inch scale Marvel Select Hulk. We'll get to more size comparisons later, but first let's look at Gorgon's head sculpt. Gorgon only comes with one head sculpt, a stoic expression. Would I have liked an angry, screaming head? Absolutely, but this one does the job. His beard appears to be a separate plastic piece glued on, which explains the small gaps between the beard and the cheeks. His gray crown is also separate glued on piece on top of a very nicely sculpted brown hair sculpt, a bit spiky. He has a large brown collar that is connected to the mantle sitting over his shoulder. The mantle has sculpted folds and surface texture to mimic real cloth. When you remove it, you'll see a hinged neck, painted flesh on a solid brown torso. I suspect this upper torso comes from a reused Build-A-Figure. I'm not sure which one. I compared him with Scar. The sculpted muscles are not the same. The arms, however, features those familiar popping veins. That's because they are the same arms used on the Apocalypse Build-A-Figure, complete with a single jointed elbows. His dark gray wristbands are separate pieces with sculpted battle damage dents, another clear sign of the Apocalypse arm reuse that it's not glued on. His belt with lower tunic section is a separate piece as well. Moving down, the legs are packed with sculpted details. They're comic book accurate. You get double jointed knees protected by metal pads, each weathered damage, some visible dents. And below the knees is where the character receives an A-list treatment. You see the Terrigenesis mutation, the massive sculpted bovine hooves that gives him the unmistakable bull-like stand. These hooves are essential for channeling his seismic shockwave power, and Hasbro included full boot articulation with both a hinge and a rocker. For accessories, Gorgon includes 4 hands. You get a pair of close fist hands. The hands can hinge forward and back. For the second set of hands, it's not a pair. It's one left open expressive hand with the forward and back hinge, and a right weapon holding hand with an up-down hinge. This means you have only one hand, the right hand, that can grip his intimidating mace. The mace is nicely done by Hasbro. It has a translucent green ball with sculpted patterns, paired with a solid gray handle. One thing I noticed though is he cannot grip tightly the mace, so it is a bit loose. The Marvel Legends Inhumans Medusa stand approximately 16 centimeters to the top of her big flowy hair, though visually she looks closer to 15.5 centimeters or 6.1 inches tall. According to the official handbook of the Marvel Universe, Medusa is 5 feet 11, making this figure correct height for a 6-inch scale Marvel Legends. Here she is besides different Marvel Legends female body types: the teenage-sized Shadowcat, Gamerverse Psylocke, X-Factor Jean Grey as a typical female buck, and Fantastic Four She-Hulk, the tallest female figure in my collection. Here is Medusa besides various Marvel Legends male figures: teenager Miles Morales, the shorter male X-Men 97 Wolverine, the typical male buck Cyclops, and 85 years of Marvel Scar. For the other half of the 2-pack, Gorgon stands approximately 22.5 centimeters or 8.9 inches tall. According to the official handbook of Marvel Universe, Gorgon is 6 feet 5 inches, which technically makes him oversized for a 6-inch scale. But visually, it works perfectly for collectors like me who wants him to be a huge and intimidating figure. Here is Gorgon besides different Marvel Legends males, Teenage Miles Morales, X-Men 97 Wolverine, Cyclops, and 85 Years of Marvel Scar. And here he is besides different Marvel Legends females, Teenager Shadowcat, Gamerverse Psylocke, typical female buck X-Factor Jean Grey, and Fantastic Four She-Hulk. For the combined size comparison, Medusa and Gorgon are shown beside the Maximum Series Deadpool, Maximum Series Spider-Man, and recently reviewed the Walmart exclusive Mysterio. Hope you check that one out. Here they are besides the 6-inch scale Jada Toy Street Fighter line, Ryu, the shortest female Cammy White, and the tallest male Sagat. The Philippines iconic hero Darna by Halimo Sculptures and Loose Collector, plus Medicom Toy Mafex Brown Costume Wolverine. Mesco 112 Collective, Deadpool from the movie, Deadpool and Wolverine. Next we have Bishop. For a 6-inch scale versus 7-inch scale size comparison, here they are next to Maximum Series Hulk and the 7-inch scale Marvel Select Immortal Hulk, also known as the Rampaging Hulk. For packaging, the Marvel Legends Inhumans Medusa and Gorgon 2-pack comes in a rectangular window box. The bottom features the Inhumans label. The comic art is by George Perez, Medusa from the cover of Inhumans number 4, and Gorgon from the cover of Inhumans number 8, which features the whole team. The left side art matches the back of the box. Medusa's portrait here is the same one used in the official handbook of the Marvel Universe, while for Gorgon, I'm not sure where this art is taken from. Here is a short character read-up. Pause it right now if you want to have a read. You also get the trademark info and warnings. The bottom includes consumer info and the barcode, and the top carries the Inhumans logo. Unboxing the Marvel Legends series Inhumans 2-pack, Medusa and Gorgon. There is a single plastic tray holding the figures and the accessories. The blue background art is lifted from the cover of Inhumans number 8 by George Perez. Articulation, Medusa's head can move from side to side with some hindrance because of her hair. She cannot look up, she can look down really well. Arms can extend that far. She has a butterfly joint. Doing a full 360 of her arms would be a challenge because of her hair. She has a bicep swivel, double jointed finless elbows. Wrist can swivel, can hinge forward and back. She has a upper torso swivel right here, can crunch forward, can crunch back really well with a combined swivel and ab crunch. She can do a split, further exposing the gap between the crotch and legs, upper thigh swivel, double jointed pinless knees, can kick forward, no boot cut, feet can hinge forward and back, and has an ankle rocker. Gorgon's head can move from side to side with some hindrance because of his collar, can look up, look down not well. Arms can extend that far, hindrance because of the mantle, cannot do a full 360 because of the mantle. He has a bicep swivel, single jointed elbows, wrist can swivel, hinge forward and back. Gorgon has an ab crunch, can crunch forward really well, crunch backward with a little hindrance because of his tunic. The waist swivel is hindered by the tunic as well. He can do a split. He has a upper thigh swivel right here, double jointed pinless knees, can kick back not really well. He can kick forward that good, lower calf swivel, feet can hinge forward and back, and he has an ankle rocker. This is a 2-pack I honestly didn't think I needed, but after going through this detailed review and seeing a few surprises along the way, I can confidently recommend it to collectors who have the budget and want fresh, well-sculpted Marvel Legends figures. Hasbro really did justice to the characters' defining features. Medusa's massive, dynamic hair, and Gorgon's powerful bull-like hooves. If you collect Inhumans, this is a must add to your shelf. If you collect Women of Marvel, which Medusa is a part of, this can be considered as a must add for you too. If you collect Marvel Legends, I created a playlist on the top right corner of your screen. Hope you check it out. Thank you for watching. I hope you give this review a hype, like, subscribe to my channel, and share this with your friends. More Marvel Legends reviews coming up. I hope to see you in the next one.